Howdy doody. Oh, you know what? You are seeing the wrong thing. There we go. Now you're seeing me. Let's put on some Harris Heller stream beats. And my laptop is still downstairs. I'm going to switch in a second here to something else. There we go. Be right back. Hey, finalizing all the homeless guy trades right now. Jesus. There we go. Now I can hear you. audio up the whole time too. Hello, if you're watching. As you may have already heard, we're just wrapping up the homeless guy trades. Couple to go, yeah, I can see who's the right value. Milwaukee. And hope they didn't really want it. Do you have a mechanical keyboard? Just a loud one. Hey, look at that. And here, so now I gotta put the 3-shot
You have this nifty World Series shirt here for the Nats.
I don't have that one. I have a bunch of other World Series gear around here somewhere, but I never got the shirt. I have, I tried to put together some semblance of a background for this one, even though I'm not unpacked at all.
The lighting on your face is tremendous. Great.
Is it awful? Is it truly terrible?
It doesn't look like it's not as bad as Jax on night 1, where he looked like he was on an interview that he refused to show his face on.
Yeah, you're not backlit. You're just.
I don't have a single fucking. Wait, hang on. I might be able to. Let's see if I can get like a secondary light by plugging in my work monitor. Yeah, that didn't work.
And then we're gonna commish confirm trade without listening to any GMs. Commish confirm. That's how it goes that's how flash trades work. Is you don't wait for GMs to confirm, yeah. You just commish confirm. So
nice hat, Dan.
Yeah? You gonna change your vote now?
Yeah, I've officially changed it.
Nice. The last time I wore this hat, I was like probably 6.
There's no waiver pickups coming in.
Okay.
I need more people on my team. like to give them a real live look in on what goes on behind the scenes here in trades.
Somebody. No, not that buddy. It's kind of funny who automatically came up first.
Nine, can you hear me?
Sure can.
I'm going to be on good mic and computer hopefully soon. Also, we good if I send a link to this to Homeless Guy?
Absolutely. We are live, in case you didn't know.
I did not know, but I will bear that in mind. Dear listeners, for my terrible audio.
Could be worse.
I thought I would only be subjected now. Am I the only one that tries to turn OOTC into a word? Nope, it's
What the hell did I do?
What did you do? I have no idea.
Oh, I see. View trade, submit trade, and then we're going to go ahead and commish confirm the trade before any GMs even see it. Just FYI, if you are watching and you're not in the back end, we don't normally do this. We are simply trying to move all of the Homeless Guy through all of the teams. Angels baseball to Mariners. Mariners. Angels baseball. Is there somebody you wanted to... Is Jack even here? Jack.
What's up?
Oh, I didn't know that was sending you. So Dan went off camera, so here we go. It's just me and Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron, how you doing today?
Doing all right. Got everyone traded with a few hours to spare. I'm feeling pretty good about my plus minus.
We did.
I
wouldn't feel good about my plus minus if I had to make 50 extra people be Baltimore Orioles fans.
At least 20 of those are from waiver pickups too.
It's terrible.
But yeah, no, I'm good.
think that's it. I think that's, and now it's Jack has to make that final trade. Whew.
He's supposed to end up on Mariners, right?
What's that?
He's supposed to end up on the
He
Mariners.
end up on the Mariners, but he asked to be sent to one final team. So he is on the Mariners now. I don't think anybody pushed the link to the screen in the thing, so I'll do that myself. Chair Matt, you want to go into yesterday's document and do some messing around there?
Sure, I can do that for the first time.
Yeah, for the very first time. You've certainly never been in that document in your life.
Never. So just like repurpose it for today.
Yeah. It's easier than doing anything else. Oh, that's right. He's originally a Mariner, so he.
Hello.
I'll put it back around. Who is present?
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Hello. Jesus.
Tremendous. We got
Even myself. Ugh.
5 here. Let's do that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
You're a little hot.
I would say, if anything, we can hear you too well.
Yes.
Let me.
If you can somehow get your mic a little bit further away from your mouth,
How about that?
that is great.
Much
That is-
better.
That is perfect, in fact.
Perfect.
Just make the size there. All right.
Do you guys have a link to the stream by chance?
It is now in the OP of the thread and the latest comment from Deadline Commish.
Who is this that has joined?
I presumed it was the person you sent the link to.
Okay.
Am I correct in that presumption? Are you?
Yeah. It shows us the name that you.
Yes, it shows us your Christian
I don't want
name,
to read out your name on screen.
but the name you want to go by, I presume,
Yeah.
is your username, which is.
The homeless guy.
There we
11?
go.
There we go.
Jack, we do need to make the final
right.
trade.
Okay. We do indeed. Give me just a second. I am trying desperately to get the database to load for me.
That is fine. Hey, look,
Oh, it helps if I spell the website correct. That would
there's
it
one
not.
more person available on waivers. Is it 2 final trades? I thought that I sent him... Oh, you know what? We need to approve it, that's why. Here we go.
St. Louis guy.
Commission confirmed. Now we need to make the final trade.
One more
All
time.
right. Let me.
Unfortunately, the homeless guy, you're back
need to
home in Seattle right now. So,
Unfortunately.
so we're
Yeah.
making one.
What are you
Well,
talking about?
unfortunately, because A, you've been on quite a tour to end up in the same spot, and B, to the rules of the game, you can't do that.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so it does need to be final.
One last ride.
Grade 437 is not the one that I thought it was. I
No,
stand
437.
corrected. Trade
437 is
438.
438 is the trade that will be the final trade. 437 is the trade that sent him back to Seattle.
Back to Seattle. So, throughout the week, we've been the last few days, we've been sending you around on quite a tour of the country and getting donations along the way. And we ended up back in Seattle.
Yep.
That won't do. The other problem is, as a result of, if I may say, you not living in the same city,
Uh-oh.
the baseball team.
There we go.
Okay.
Jack cut out for 1 second. Yeah, so yeah, you don't live in the same city as your baseball team.
Here.
Mhm.
Was it the
It was the
crucial
crucial second, yes.
thing? as any baseball
As
team.
any baseball, that's true.
That's true.
So 30 cities have had charitable work done or charitable donations made for you, but not your city until now. We are going to trade you one final time, and as is tradition, a donation goes with that.
Cool.
A couple of days ago, well, let me say it this way. Involved in the game, there are general managers, there's the Office of the Commissioner, there are users. There's one very crucial other class of players, and that is our reporters.
Okay.
So one of the reporters got with me and said, hey, I want to do something, but I'm not a GM, so I can't make a trade. So let's try and make something special for the last one. So a total of $100 has been donated to a Portland charity who I am trying frantically to find the confirmation for.
Okay.
But it is a Portland. I can't find it. I will get it later.
Okay.
Portlandless charity on your behalf as well. So we wanted to throw that in there, and
Have we made? So yeah, so the final trade, the trade that sends you back out of Seattle,
trying so hard right now.
is the trade that's going to send to that Portland charity, which Jack will find, I'm sure, very soon.
I will. No, I'm currently just trying to build the
Oh,
trade.
build the trade, okay.
It is a shambles of technology here right now.
Fair enough.
My splash card that is definitely not two pieces of foam core duct taped together has fallen over, so I'm now poorly lit.
I mean, I could build the trade. Who do you
Yeah.
want?
Will you build the trade? I don't.
Yeah,
even-
fair enough.
Will you build it and include a trade or a donation from me and one from the reporter who we all know who they actually
Bob Nightingale?
are. Yeah. No.
Is it Bob? If is it Bob? Is it Bob underscore Nightingale who also is a GM? No, that can't be right. We're talking about Michael Pamulis, or we're talking about? Oh, John
No,
Hyman.
Yeah, John Hyman. Thank you. I was like, I can't remember. The only name that was coming to mind was Buster Only,
Who we
don't
don't know.
who it is.
We're pretty sure we know, but we don't actually know, and
Yeah,
he has
we have
not.
a
He has
hunch,
not shown
but
up.
We don't know for sure. But yes. So, sorry
Well,
for.
cool. Thank you guys so much.
Yes,
that is so
absolutely.
nice of you.
Thank you for picking a username that made us take a moment of pause.
Anytime. Didn't think this username I made back in middle school
Really?
would end up doing any good. Yeah. I was like 12 years old. I was looking for an Xbox Live username, and the homeless guy just kind of came to me. It started with the homeless guy having every other letter was capitalized, and every other E was a 3.
Jesus Christ.
It was a pain in the butt to spell. And so when I
That sure does sound like an Xbox Live username. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And so when I got on Reddit and made my account, I wanted to simplify it. So, yep. And then it blew up into all this somehow. And so I'm incredibly grateful for you guys. And it's been awesome to see all the donations and all the trades. And it was hilarious listening to you guys. I think it was Wednesday night, saying that you guys had a certain exception in the database code for me. I thought that was amazing.
It explicitly now, every single time we create a trade, checks to see, because we have a limit of 5 trades per user, so one user can only be traded 5 times. Now, every single time that a trade is created, it checks, oh, has this user been traded 5 times? No? All right, they're good. Yes? We're gonna have to stop it. Wait, is their name the Homeless Guy 11? Yeah, all right, then it's cool.
Jack, I will
That's
allow
awesome.
you to both GM confirm and commish confirm this last trade while I grab the guitar to get the stream proper started. So I'll be back in 2 seconds.
All right. $438. Dan, a number significant in America, but anyway. No reaction from Dan.
What's up?
I just said
Oh, 438.
438. Yeah.
Not to be confused with 538.
Which is some poker company. That was a joke for 6 people.
All right, let's stop the YouTube music and. All right, let's get started with the stream. Oh, I didn't put the word pre-show up. Oh well, here we go. Here's the word pre-show, and then the word pre-show is about to go away. All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2. I dropped the pick as I was trying to grab it. Yeah. Does somebody have a pick they can hand me? Anybody got a pick? Thank you. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Nope. I know you see, somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful. Live life, breathe air, I know somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful. It's all for real, I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up the members of my nation, it's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take one. Damn it. And the time to just see the brighter side of every situation. Some things are meant to be, so give it your best and leave the rest to me. Leave it all to me. Just leave it all to me. Just leave it all to me. Welcome to Trade Deadline tonight, the final night of Trade Deadline tonight. I am Kuhan Luke. To my right is the GM of the Baltimore Orioles, on for the second time this week. We got Lord Karamat. How's it going, Karamat?
You're doing well, thanks. How are you?
Doing great. Also down at the bottom, on the bottom left, we have from the commissioner's office, kind of.
Hey, he posted confirmations of every single trade this week.
It's true.
That is true. Yeah.
He's my vote.
He did not match his goal of beating Old Joe, who technically is an emeritus commissioner this year.
That's true.
Only 6 to
That's true.
you had 6
But-
to go. Oh well, it happens.
I was moving the commissioner's office.
That is
twice
true.
this
That is
week,
true.
though.
Yeah, it is. It
might
is
have-
Commissioner Dan, Tom Riddler.
Yeah. Tom Riddler, who was packing the commissioner?
Correct. Yeah, that's true. That's true. None of us were packing to the committee. We had to do all the other things.
No.
Dan was packing us for the
we
move.
were busy.
First to from Atlanta to Colorado, and then from Colorado to Buffalo. So we appreciate that.
We were frantically manning the fax
Yeah.
machine.
That voice on the far right, we got RLM Jackass. How's it going, Jack?
It's going well.
And in the middle of the bottom row, joining us for the first time, he has made it through all 30 teams because he has no home. It's the Homeless Guy 11. How's it going, Homeless Guy?
It's going well. How are you
We're
guys?
doing great. So let's start with that. Let's start with the trades of you. So what did you expect when you got a message from Jack saying, "Hey, I'm going to trade you to the Astros, but I promise you won't end up there"?
I really didn't know what to expect, honestly. I definitely didn't think this would happen. I thought I was just gonna get my 5 and be done with it, just get a few charity donations in and be good. But man, getting all 30 teams and all those donations has been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, as I don't remember who mentioned it last night, but it was Cordy Babe who did it, who sort of had the idea to send you to more and more teams and do the donations.
I would like to correct the record.
Yes.
I misremembered that last night. It was the first trade, which was to
Detroit, ASIO.
Mhm.
which is
Yeah,
ASIO. My hands up. I screwed up on that.
Well, Cordy Babe did donate, so everybody donated.
Yes, Cordy Babe was very generous.
Yes, we managed to get you. We did take a little extra time, made some flash trades at the very end there.
I don't know what you're talking about. The clock on the fax machine just
Just
now
says
says,
6 o'clock Mountain
6
time.
Mountain time.
I think, did we not change it from Mountain
We're gonna
Standard Time this year?
move
Or no, hold on. Does that work? Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense.
It doesn't.
I feel like that makes sense.
I always forget.
It's time.
I always
zones.
forget how daylight saving
It
works. Like,
doesn't make sense.
if you left the clock on, is that right? That it would be an hour ahead, right? Yeah. We forgot to change the clock from Mountain Standard Time, but it's fine. It'll be Mountain Daylight Time again next year.
There you go.
Yeah, so we managed to make all of those trades, and you have also been keeping track of them, Homeless Guy, which is great. Like I'm glad you got so pumped by it, so excited by it, because it's one of those things where the reason that we have that limit of 5 is because what'll happen sometimes is a GM will really want. Like, a lot of GMs will really want a power user of some sort, like Tom Riddler, because he's a commissioner, right? And so, like, he'll get traded. I didn't want to say myself, because the reason we instituted the rule is because the first year I got traded like 7 times. And it was like, there are users who don't get traded at all until later, and they're like, well, why is this guy getting traded 7 times when I'm still waiting to get traded once? But I think because we were able to, put the donations in and do enact some positive change, I think everybody is a little bit more cool with it in this scenario where we also didn't get a 30 team trade going, any of those big trades, so this was sort of our token 30 team trade, was sending you to every single
There you
team.
go. I was kind of hoping number 30 would be that big 30 team
Yeah.
trade.
Oh man,
I think that would have been
that would have been incredible, but
also-
it is impossible to get a
very
30
much-
team trade done in a regular year, let alone when we're trying to like do it at the very end of the trading. It's a mess.
Yeah. We're not gonna have a 30 team flash. trade.
Butternade says he tried. Listen, Butternade, somebody tries every year. It's not your fault. Everybody tries. It always tries to happen, and I don't think anybody's ever been successful in a 30 team trade. We have had an all NL trade in the past, which was Pioneer, but nobody's ever done a 30 team trade in the past. Homeless Guy, let me ask you: have you played the game before? Or was this your first year playing? That's
First year.
awesome.
I saw
Alright.
I saw the sign up on like Tuesday. I'm like, sure, why not?
Oh wow.
Shot. And it turned
Into all this,
so-
yeah. I don't know. I'm really pumped about it. Dan, you've been here with me since year 1, and I don't think you were here on any of the nights that we talked about the Homeless Guy trades. When I put out. I'm sure you remember the day that I just put out a message on Reddit saying I need help with the Office of the Commissioner, and sent you a Reddit DM like, "Can you please help me with these spreadsheets?"
I remember.
And now we talk every single day. Did you ever consider that we would end up? Jack, did we get a final number? I know it's over like 14. Well, it's now. I mean, of all the donations made, including the $1,000 donated by Psionics Adam throughout the week, we're definitely over $2,000. I think.
I have the final before we got into flash trades was in the region of $2,500.
Wow. Yeah,
That's
yeah. And then the flash trades weren't huge, but I think we're probably close to 3,000, if not at or over 3,000. But I think we're not quite at 3,000. But yeah, Dan, from that first year in 2015, when I messaged you from work at Best Buy, did you ever think that we were gonna manage to pass $3,000 worth of money to charities in this really, it's a very silly game.
It is.
It is the silliest of games. No, I never. There was like, it's weird because it's always been one of those things where like once you get into it, you're like, oh wow, this is actually like really interesting and a lot of fun. But it's awesome that eventually this game was able to provide like, you know, it's always provided like fun and like a nice little like sim and something to do, but like to have real world value like that is really special.
Yeah.
So it's really, really unique. So thank you to everybody who contributed to that effort. That's
and I want to especially
thank you guys so much.
And I want to especially thank Jack and Asio for making that first trade to sort of get that done. Like that was huge, right? Because I mean, obviously there was the first day with Jimmy and the Cleveland front office, as well as Otter Hooligan, who made that first $150 donation, which sort of opened the floodgates to you know, hey, let's start just donating money to different places. I think I personally probably have donated 100 between the 3 or 4 donation trades I made, maybe 75. I forget exactly how much, but it's huge, and I'm really, really pumped that we managed to make that happen. Like never in a million years did I consider this was going to happen. So.
If you had told me a week ago that I would have given, I think I'm at like 110.
Yeah, I think
like that, to charity, I would have said, okay.
I think aside from Low Res LOL, who donated 150, Jack, you're probably at number 2 in just the homeless guy trades, because there were definitely a lot of GMs that Jack spotted on donations.
No, there really weren't that.
There were like 3 or 4, right?
The offer stood, but there weren't very many. I offered it to all of them on the contingency that it would be anonymous, that it would never be known.
Yeah, we're definitely not gonna.
Whether it was them.
Well,
or
I
else,
guess I probably shouldn't have put it in the end there, but like, yeah, there were a handful of GMs, and we understand, right? No, not everybody has the disposable income to make donations, so we're not blaming anybody. You know, I know some people are students, some people are I don't know.
Some people live in your trunk.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and he doesn't get paid to live in my trunk. I cack him, so. Although for what it's worth, I will say Ikakium did actually donate his $15, he was the one I wasn't expecting. I was like, because I know he is actually a student. He's in college right now. Like,
yeah.
I'm really happy that he managed to donate. Butternades also donated what he could. Yeah, also a college student. So I know that, like, first of all, like, yeah, I did not have a job as of like 2 weeks ago. I started a new job on Monday, so I was like, you know what? Like, fuck it, I'm starting a new job. I can donate money. That's fine. But yeah, I'm really proud of everybody who donated, and even the people who didn't donate for working with us to get that money donated in honor of our new pal, the homeless guy.
I would also really like to extend a thank you and also I'm sorry to the GMs that were dealing with this trade today, because I was getting rather impatient, and it didn't
I think
I didn't
everybody
handle it
understood that
very
like
well
it's for a
in our
good cause and we're
discussion.
trying to get him to all 30 teams and it was a little rough then when there was like 2 or 3 hours where there were no trades happening. It's like, listen, we've only got so much time and we have like 10 more teams to get to.
Yeah.
So which as you guys saw at the
like-
beginning of the stream pre-show where I was literally just like, all right, this is about even, let's send this guy here and just approve that without any GM approval. I hope they're not mad.
Yeah. No, we're all at Club Zero.
Exactly,
so-
yeah. So I was like, yeah, like I hope nobody here is somebody that a GM really, really like was excited to get, and now I've just stripped them from there and sent them to Milwaukee. But
So long as you don't break up the Mega Zoo or
Yeah.
Long Diego.
Gotta keep
exactly,
that
yeah.
Megazoo, man.
Speaking of Long Diego, let's talk about the war. The war for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Karamat, you were involved in the war for Pittsburgh, right? Were you not one of the?
the?
You were a declared
You're
member.
A declared member of it.
Oh, I
thought didn't you attack from the south?
No, I've heard.
Yeah.
Did I?
Oh no,
Thank you.
no. You know, no.
maybe.
It was
Or Delaware.
Phillies, Reds, and Cleveland. I thought you were part of it. My mistake.
Yes.
No, I gave land to Long Diego, so I probably would have fought to defend that land.
So yes, there is a map.
They're not funny.
If somebody can find the map and post it somewhere in Discord, I will. Somebody watching, it's fine too. I know. Jack is on a very precarious setup right now. Yep, here we go. I see Jeremy has officially closed the Office of the Commissioner as of 3 minutes ago.
Thank you, Karamat.
There we go. Yep. So let's get that, and let me put that up on the screen. And there is our wonderful map of Long Diego. You can see it. It stretches from California, goes from here through the four corners. That you could argue that this point here doesn't count, but I would disagree with you. Through Colorado, through Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, the annexed bit of West Virginia, and then through Maryland to the ocean. Does not go through the other little bit of Maryland. Is that called the Cape? I don't know what that's. I'm not from Maryland. The Eastern Shore.
Eastern Shore.
And does not go through Delaware, but that's fine because it does touch the ocean, and that's all that matters. Long Diego does now go.
Seattle would have gladly traded a portion of Delaware, but
Long Diego
whatever
does now
else.
go from ocean to ocean, as Pitbull would say.
ocean to ocean, spreading.
That is true.
Mexican
Yes, they
food
did
across
promise
the
to spread true Mexican food. You also may have noticed from that map that New Jersey has been deleted. There is no more New Jersey.
No,
Good.
does not exist.
I think Millville and Edison were both saved.
They're both parts of
Millville,
California,
it appears to be
but-
part of. I mean, according to this map, Millville is part of Pennsylvania and Edison's part of Maryland, but
Oh,
or vice versa. I'm not sure because I don't know where those
I think
two places are.
Edison's renamed like New Philadelphia or something.
That makes sense.
to Pennsylvania.
Based on the color of the map, that's what it is. But Jeremy says the ocean is the bay is not the ocean; it's the bay. But the bay feeds into the ocean. It's still. I feel like a sea is still part of the ocean. It's just called
I
the
think
sea.
Cincinnati might have a word about the bay being part of the ocean, but
Cincinnati's landlocked, so
But they have a powerful navy.
they do. I
Water.
will also. Can I just say, I found it endlessly hilarious that they were repositioning aircraft carriers and battleships to various rivers.
It's incredible. Let's talk about. Let's touch real quick. We did donations already, but let's talk a little bit more about Psionics Adam, who we had a
Yes.
18-person trade. So I can talk a little bit about the backstory of that because I was one, involved in the trade, and two, was the commissioner who was first approached by the Dodgers who owned Psionics Adam at the time. Basically, the Dodgers messaged me, and Psionics Adam had told them, "Hey, in the next, if you trade me again, then I will donate $50 per person you trade me for, up to 10 people. However, it'll be $50 for every 3 people you trade me for if you trade me to Houston. Only because they're cheaters.
Quote, because they're filthy cheaters.
Because they're filthy cheaters, yeah, I believe is the direct quote. So I got that message from the Dodgers GM, and he said, can we bend the 5-a-side rule? And I said, I could bend the 5-a-side rule. However, what we could also do is involve more teams in it. At the time, the Cardinals and Yankees both had over 30 still to trade, and it was last night, so we had a lot of work to do. So I was like, if you can involve the Cardinals and the Yankees in this trade, then hopefully, we can also, clear some of our users. And also, Pittsburgh happened to be where the Dodgers GM is actually from, so he went ahead and traded Psyonix Adam to Pittsburgh so that he would donate to a Pittsburgh charity, and we managed to get, it's an 18 user trade, but 10 of those users were being sent to the Dodgers in exchange for Psyonix Adam. And $500. He donated $500 because he's great. And Psyonix Adam has been
Wow. To the 400.
Yeah, in addition to the 400 he had already donated earlier in the week. Yeah. So a total of $900, I believe, is what Psyonix Adam has donated as part of this game. And he's always been a part of the game. He's always participated. He's a big baseball fan, a big Mariners fan. Much like Homeless Guy and Jack used to be, and will be again in a week.
I'm in orange.
That is true. Yes, you are.
You are.
And usually he would send Rocket League codes at some point he might send a Rocket League code or something like that. But I think he really took to the donation aspect. He saw oh, we're donating money? Cool. Let's drop some cash to good causes. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy that we've got, a guy like Adam in our corner, because he's always, like I said, he's always been a big part of the game. He's always been a participant. And this is great to see. Anybody else have specific things they want to say about that Psyonix Adam trade?
Not specific. I just want to say I'm really happy with how that whole thing played out. That we happened to find somebody that, or not that we happen to, but that the baseball community includes somebody that was that generous, that kind of on a, not necessarily a whim, but not that much more than a whim, for a stupid game was willing to say, yeah, I'm going to do this. I think speaks volumes to the baseball community on Reddit.
Yeah. Absolutely, and this is a community feature. It has been since the inception of the game, which again, like I've said many times, was just a thing that I did on a lark. Somebody had mentioned in a thread, they posted a thread saying, "Hey, this might be a good idea. Somebody should do this." And I was like, "Okay, I'll get the ball rolling, but I really don't want to run it." And then nobody agreed to run it with me until it started. And then eventually, like I said, Old Joe and Dan came on in the very first year. Was there somebody else in the Office of the Commissioner first year, or was it just the 3 of us? I think it was just the 3 of us. I think Alex joined on at the very end of the second year. So it was just the 3 of us.
Was Alex a meme?
Kind of.
Joins the Office of the Commissioner.
Oh, yes. No, that absolutely happened. Yeah, 100% that happened. Alex helped us do flash trades. Because once again,
cool.
At the time, the thing was run off of, and at least year 2, it was a Google sheet. It was not a Google sheet. I mean, it was a Google sheet, but it was a Google sheet that was being input from a Google form, as opposed to me having to manually input everything. And thank God for Jimmy helping me year 1. Yes. As we sort of added more people.
Can I make a joke that I think Jimmy will appreciate? If it weren't for Jimmy getting shot,
that's true.
The game may not exist.
You're right.
So it's
you are correct. Because Jimmy got, as I'm sure many people know, It's a thing. It's no. It's a thing. It's a thing that
He said it on
it's
stream.
well known that he got shot in 2014, 15 around there, and because he was sort of laid up at home, he had a lot of free time to help me out. And Jimmy, very very nice person, managed to really help me and put all the.
Jimmy, who, as I described to 2 new Seattle Mariners fans for the week, that are also just friends of mine, is the nicest person you have met.
100%. Yeah. But yeah, so like I was saying, like when I first started the game, accidentally, I had no, like, I was like, first of all, the intention was for it to be in one thread. I was like, well, I'm going to put it in one thread so it doesn't clutter up our baseball. And this was at a time where, especially since it was actually it wasn't the All-Star break. It was the actual trade deadline we did the first year. Yeah. Which was kind of a mess because there were actual like real life trades happening. Like I remember very specifically, I remember Troy Tulowitzki getting traded to the Blue Jays like right before we went live with a stream.
I completely remember, or I now completely understand why the very first thing in the post every day is
so there's that, and there's also
baseball.
part of that was a condition of, so I didn't plan to get it pinned or anything. I didn't ask our baseball mods. I didn't know any of them at the time. I was just a guy, and I made the thread, and I was like, cool, here's the thread, and this is going to be the thread. And like at some point, the thread was getting so jam packed that people were like, hey, are we going to have a day 2 thread? And I was kind of pushing back against it. I was like, no, I really don't want to clutter up our baseball. And then eventually I was like, yeah, this thread is getting way too big. We're going to have to make a day 2 thread. And we got a pin. The thing is the pin that we got on day 1 was like, I didn't ask for it. I didn't know it was coming. It was literally just our baseball mods at the time were like, hey, this is cool. We're going to pin it. And
I imagine, can we just take a moment to go into 2015 Kuhan's brain, where the instant that he realizes he's been pinned is, oh, that's awesome, and then split second later, oh shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I don't remember when we closed signups because at the time you signed up before the game by replying to a Reddit comment I made. I made 30 Reddit comments with the names of 30 different subreddits, and you replied to that to your subreddit to sign up. You got an automatic NTC to all the teams in your division, as well as I believe as well as one AL and one NL team of your choice, as well as if you lived in a city like New York or Chicago or San Francisco, you got your crosstown rival.
Crosstown rival.
So some players had up to 7
God.
NTCs. Which is an absolute nightmare. And so some people could waive their NTCs, and then it was, if you want to join after trading has already started, then you have to PM your GM. So the GM of your team you PM, and then they let me know. Because I was like, I'm not going to handle all this afterwards. So that's why it was such a messier one, because yeah. And I expected like maybe 100 people to sign up, like 3 or 4 per team, and I think we got like 600 or 700 that first week. So like it was immediately huge, and I did not see it coming in anyway. That's why I needed to get old Joe, the professor, commissioner emeritus, to join the office of the commissioner. He was a friend of mine already, and I was like, hey, I'm going into work. I can't do this while I'm at work, because unlike now, it's not on a database. It was on these poorly made spreadsheets. And I was like, I need.
Because you were
exactly right, yeah. I'm like, I need
max.
somebody's help with this, and he's like, cool, I'll help you. And while I was at work, he like set the game off ablaze. Like he was like, where is Kuhan? Like, is he missing? There's rumors that he's actually Chuck Bartowski.
100% tracks, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
100% tracks that Joe would set the game on fire.
Immediately started trolling. Yeah, Joe also invented reporters, because we didn't have reporters at the very beginning. Reporters naturally grew out of like, oh yes, we should open up the, at the time, secret subreddit so that somebody can see and report it to the outside. And that really worked out really, really well. It's one of the best things to ever happen to the game. And so, like, that's literally why Dan got added, because I was like, oh, it's clear that Joe is trolling too hard, and I'm like, I cannot, I don't have the mental capacity to handle Joe's trolling right now. And Dan had a Twitter account. Dan was running a Twitter update account at the time that updated you on the trades. Like, because he had so much free time at work that Dan was running the official Twitter account that, like, I was like, all right, and I literally messaged, like, I posted in the thing, I'm like, hey, Alpha Commissioner needs more help, let me know if you're, like, PM me if you're interested, and I got like 4 or 5 PMs, and Dan was the one who ran the Twitter account, so I'm like, cool, you're in. And I'm really lucky that Dan's a good guy, because that really could have gone any different direction. I have no idea who the other PMs are from. They were 6 years ago. There's too many PMs now in the Deadline Commission account for me to even go back and look. But I got really lucky. First of all, that Dan's a nice guy, and second of all, that Dan's got a great radio voice.
I tried to scroll through Deadline Commission's
Yeah.
DMs the other day, and it took me like 10 minutes to get past the
absolutely.
beginning of this
Yeah,
game.
it's a mess. All right, well, that's moving past the history stuff. Orioles. Hey, look at that, Karamat. Huh? It's almost as if you're the one who edited this document. The Orioles got the most editions of the game, I believe, up to 53, 54. It's the same one as yesterday.
You're referencing, by the way.
Let me see.
Oh,
Orioles ended up with plus 60. Plus 60. You added 60 Orioles fans. My question to you is, how do you live with yourself?
Quite easily. See, I'm an Orioles fan, so I find it incredibly easy. An Orioles fan, I figure.
Hold on.
Other people
You're
would
telling me
also find
right
it
now,
incredibly
at
easy.
this moment, you find it incredibly easy to be an Orioles fan?
As a Mariners fan, I believe it.
I got nowhere else to go personally.
I ain't got nowhere else to be, man.
Frustrated. And we got.
I don't want to say
Anderson.
no other team. The
Rodriguez.
next highest is Cleveland added 35, and the next highest after that is I think 15. Oh no, 19. Tampa Bay Rays added 19, which was their stated goal coming in. Like they applied to be a GM. They never GM'd before. I don't know if they've even played before. They applied to be a GM, and they said the Rays are really good, and people don't talk about the Rays enough, so I want to get more Rays fans. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. The Rays are good. Whereas the Orioles are, I would say, charitably are
that-
not good.
Loves. Yeah. Karamat, I absolutely love your strategy for this game, as it is effectively exactly the same strategy I implemented in 2019 for the Marlin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
I was
worked
like,
out.
no, I want to get the most new Marlins fans I can.
I got a good group. I think it's gonna be a lot of good content, a lot of activity in the game threads, and I'm really looking forward to the next week.
I'm looking forward to watching Orioles
Are you?
games. I am. They would struggle to be more of an emotional roller coaster than Mariners games, where I go to bed and the score is 6-0, and I wake up going, all right, let's see what the final was, and we
Right.
lost.
Whereas the Orioles,
Like-
when the score is 6-0 and you go to bed, the Orioles are losing 6-0, and the game is already over.
Also, low key looking forward to being.
That's
able to
true.
watch
That's
the
true.
end.
Yeah. East Coast Jack has been watching West Coast Mariners games, which is
Jack, who used to work dinner shift, now works breakfast
right.
shift.
Ooh.
Jack can now watch the first
Before
inning
you got to
of
go to bed because you got to
Mariners
wake up at 2 in the morning. Yeah.
games. Yeah.
Or 4 in the morning your time. 2:30
No,
Mountain Time.
2:30
Yeah.
Mountain Time.
Karamat, I want to highlight the vintage Orioles hats that I've got going
Ooh,
on.
that's
When I
nice.
was moving the office of the commissioner, because I grew up like a Nationals obviously didn't exist, so I went to a lot of Orioles games. So I got that good logo.
But you did
Yeah,
grow up a Red
on my
Sox.
hat.
But
I I did grow up a Red Sox fan, but you're 6. You
listen. I agree because I definitely have a Cubs hat that I had when I was like 6, and I did not know any better.
I'm stunned that you haven't set fire to that hat.
You know what?
me
At
too.
some point, I did put a piece of duct tape on it that said 100 years and counting, because at the time it was 100 years and counting.
Oh. I thought it was
No,
going to say
no.
but
So, the one thing I will say is there's also a photo of me somewhere in a Pittsburgh Pirates uniform, or shirt, because from a young age I believed that baseball doesn't need a DH. So I was a Pittsburgh Pirates fan. I just happened
Dan,
to go to.
how does it feel to be enlightened this week? As a new Mariners fan, how does it feel to be enlightened?
As a new Mariners fan, I think realistically we need to have defensive specialists at every position because since we've already started down this path, why not just
No, because most of them can hit.
Well, no, because we should have an offense and a defense the same way that they do in football. If you're not going to play the whole game at one position, why would you play it at any position? That's my Mariners take as someone who supports the DH now. Not the DHs.
Also, very brief aside, Dan, are you available to watch this evening's Mariners game?
I am not. Why?
If you were, I was going to send you a Discord invite to my friends group, including somebody who has literally never watched a baseball game in his life.
Oh, okay. What time is the game?
Uh,
We'll talk. The message.
20 minutes.
We'll figure it out.
All right, let's move on. We have a little bit of traffic stats that Jeremy just sent in the back office commissioner's office channel. There were 83 code updates this week, including the one that allowed us to trade Homeless Guy to every single team. 1,540 unique visitors to the site. We had 28.
I might venture to say 83 code updates. 82
Yes,
of
82 which were by Jeremy, and one of which was by Young Joe. 1,540 unique visitors to the site, 28,846 page views this week. Visitors from 28 different countries. Visitors from all 50 states, and the most visitors came from California. 228 unique visitors from California. We had 371 trades. We killed 67 trades. There were 1,033 players traded. So 1,119 players traded. I don't know why these two numbers are different, and I'm sure Jeremy will tell me. Only 2 players were traded 5 times. I presume that's Psionics Adam and the Homeless Guy.
I'm genuinely curious if the Homeless Guy is included in the 5 times, or if the website was built
to not count past 5 times. It's a great question.
5 times, and so doesn't check if it's 5 times.
Jack, you managed fastest skater.
I did. I organized that with
Reno.
Hang on.
Hot Town
Let
Astros.
me get the right person.
Reno.
With what? Sorry.
Dark Dragon Darkness. The Astros GM.
The Astros. Thank you. I sent Reno a DM or a DM in Discord, and I was like, "So, I would like to submit this one because in the office of the commissioner, we can keep track of who confirmed the fastest. I will send this to you. I will send you a screenshot of the review page. Will you let me just trust me to submit? And as fast as the page loads, commissioner
So 6 seconds. 6 seconds from submission to post, which the previous was, I think, 9 seconds, which was one that it was 7.
It was
7, which I
was
accidentally, I sent a trade to the Yankees and meant to GM confirm and accidentally commish confirmed, and then messaged him later like, hey, this was cool, right? Like, because we just needed to get rid of users. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. Before that, it was 22 seconds, which I believe was, I don't know who made the trade, but it was only confirmed by one side because it was when the Angels were being run by the Office of the Commissioner. Jeremy says 978 players traded from the original team, 1,540 total players moved in trades, and 141 waiver claims. That's what we were looking at there. There were average of 4.15 players per trade. Average time per trade, 38 minutes and 59 seconds. Most common time per trade, 56 seconds. Median time per trade, 3 minutes and 56 seconds. There were a couple of outliers that affected the average, including the slowest trade, which the site says 1 hour and 42 minutes, but 1 hour, 41 minutes and 24 seconds, but it's actually 1 day, 1 hour and 41 minutes.
Yeah.
The site cannot handle times over hours.
The site expects us to commissioner kill trades that are submitted after the office of commissioner
Yes.
closes.
I don't know. This is a Cardinal
Also,
Yankees trade. Why did it take so long?
Can I pull back the curtain ever so?
Oh, you know what it
slightly
is?
again?
This one was the one that I submitted early, and Jeremy a day and a half later, when I said, hey, I did get permission, finally went back and just went and reapproved it for both of us. So that's why it was over a day.
Oh, okay. Can I pull back the curtain ever so slightly on the commissioner confirm or kill?
Yes, go ahead.
On what the commissioner confirm or kill button
It says Commissioner. It says Commissioner confirm. Don't fuck this up. This can't be undone.
Yes, and commissioner kill. Don't fuck this up,
Commissioner
this
kill
can't
is a
be
lot
undone.
better to do because then at least you can go back and redo it. Commissioner confirm, if you do it, it gets posted.
Commissioner confirm means you have to send Jeremy a DM.
Hey Jeremy, I
you
fucked
fix
up.
the database.
We had 548 players before the start of the game. We added 430 after the start, and then 141 off of waivers. That was great. And those stats are brought to you by Old Line Woodwork.
By Old Line Woodwork.
Old Line
Old
Woodwork.
Line
You can go to
Woodwork.
oldlinewoodwork.com. Hot
Houston's
Town's best woodworking.
Yes.
Despite
Hot Town's
having a
best
half of a Maryland flag, they are based now in Hot Town. I'm surprised Dan didn't grab his Maryland flag to put up behind him. You don't own a Maryland
I
flag?
own a Maryland flag, believe it or not. I don't know.
I am
I'm honestly
genuinely
shocked.
staggered by this.
The only
I've got a
flag I
second
own
one.
is the Scottish
Wait,
flag.
Kim, did you say you have an extra Maryland flag you're gonna
also
send Dan?
own, and I know this to be true, you also own at least
Capitals,
Nationals
yeah.
and Capitals championship flag.
I do
I
own both of
think
those,
you
yeah.
also own a Wizards flag.
I don't own a Wizards flag.
Oh no, it's the
The
I'm gonna show my
Mystics,
ignorance
Mystics.
here. The
Mystics.
WNBA team.
I don't own a Mystics flag either. Believe it or not, that's not
Really?
actually my fault. They don't sell a Mystics Champions flag.
This is an abomination and should be
Yeah,
fixed
no, I agree. It's because I was looking. I wanted to complete the trilogy, but
You know what I
cannot
just
buy
decided
one
I'm gonna
in the same
do?
size or at
Because
all.
for Dan's next birthday, I'm going to buy you a West Virginia flag.
Oh god!
I think. Yeah, it's a good bit.
It's a great idea.
Maybe
So,
maybe for
okay,
Christmas.
So
We'll
here's the
see.
situation. So
If I get
So,
Dan for Secret Dan, if I get you for Secret Santa this year, you're
Country
getting a
Roads.
West Virginia flag. Just so
Country-
you know, in addition to whatever else you're getting.
Oh god, we're about to get Dan on country roads.
here's-
Everyone stand well
here's
back
the
from the
situation.
fences and maybe pour yourself
Go
a
ahead and give
drink.
Dan the
You'll
one
have
shot here.
time.
this song is
No,
not
I'm not gonna
about
play it.
when
I'm
are
just
you
gonna put
play
you
it
on
now?
screen. There we go.
Okay, this song is not about West Virginia. It's about the western part of Virginia. That's it.
Oh, that was it.
That's the shortest rant I've ever heard
That's
from Dan on
all I've
country
got to
roads.
say. That's all I got to say about that. I think it's cute that they want to take our song, but it's also, by the way, written about roads in Maryland.
There we go.
Using
That's true,
places in Virginia, and it's just called West. It uses
Almost
West
he-
Virginia because it
know
sounds
what?
better. The syncopation is better with West Virginia, but it has nothing to do with the state.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah. I'm way off key here. It's fine. Take me home.
Are, but I wasn't gonna say anything about it.
Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, West Virginia. Sorry, the western part of Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, country
Yes,
roads.
Virginia.
And that came up during the San Diego War. We weren't quite sure
That's so
on
funny.
West Virginia.
Just Virginia, yeah. The new theme song. No, I don't think so. Maybe when we do trade deadline DC again, like we did in 2017, Maybe then.
Maybe that'll be good.
Moving on. Sorry. Two things just happened. So I co-run the R Cardinals Twitter account with Return of the Hack, who was my co-GM this week for the R Cardinals. And he made a mistake on the Twitter and then blamed himself in the tweet, and then as himself blamed me for it. And then sent me a text saying, "Thanks in advance for being a good sport." Classic hack. That might be Joe in the chat says that might be the NBA theme. We'll see. I never watched Zoe 101, so I don't know if I don't know how to play that theme song. Maybe I don't know Victorious either. Cool. That was that. The gift trade with a question mark behind it, but we got a little bit of time, so let's talk about the gift trade. Karamat, you put it in. Do you have anything you want to say about it? Because I've been talking a lot.
I was not aware. I'd seen Otter's GIF earlier in the week. I was not aware that both the Royals and the Cardinals GM had a GIF of themselves from an actual MLB broadcast.
So Jimmy's was a big one. So the reason that Jimmy is friends with a lot of the Royals is not because he got shot, but rather because he was on the Royals broadcast, got caught dancing on the Royals broadcast. You can see his gut hanging out. My amp feedback is in the background. Cool. Let's turn that down.
That's how he managed to swing Huggy and Salvador Perez 3 times.
Karamat, or everyone else that may not know, over COVID, a certain Katie Couric tweeted that GIF.
That is true.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Saying something along the lines of, "I can't wait to be excited, or as excited as this Royals fan is," and it was so wonderful.
I'm looking at it. He is definitely excited.
He was so happy.
He was really pumped that night, and I believe he talked to Jeff Passan at one point because of the fame he got from the GIF. I believe at some point the Missouri Mavericks minor league hockey team sent him a larger hoodie, and he has, by the way, lost quite a bit of weight since then.
He has.
I think he ran a marathon or something. Maybe a 5K or something like that. But
Jimmy will never cease to amaze me, man.
Jimmy's the best. And then obviously, so Otter had a cutout last year that was, if you've seen her profile picture on anything, it is currently in YouTube chat. It's a picture of an otter with a Phillies hat on, and that is what she submitted as her to the Phillies as her cardboard cutout. And at some point on the Phillies broadcast, they did a slow zoom into it because it's just a picture of an otter in a Phillies hat and uniform. She had a jersey too on the thing.
Because it's dead center. It is dead center, first row, above the Phillies dugout. It was the prime seat in all of Citizens Bank Park, apart from maybe behind.
So that was a big zoom in, and then my co-GM for the Cardinals, Return of the Hack, who did not actually approve the trade. I approved the trade because he was busy tonight. But he has a GIF. He lives in Phoenix, and so he goes and sees the Cardinals when they play the Diamondbacks. Pretty much every time they come. And so there was a moment where the Diamondbacks were beating the Cardinals by quite a bit. This was many years ago. The Diamondbacks were not terrible at the time. And so there's just a slow zoom in on a Hack looking like this from the Cardinals broadcast, because it's like the one lone Cardinals fan in his section of the stands at a Diamondbacks game. So that was the gift that we sent in the 3-team gift trade. And in fact, there's an entire subreddit. If you go to r/sadhack, there is a whole there's a bunch of spin-off gifts. There's the main gift, and there's Hack. Oh, there's also, by the way, he also was at the Suns game, and so there's a happy Hack from last week when the Suns were playing the Bucks, actually winning at the time. But yeah, you can go back and see a bunch of the There's a COVID-19 sad hack where he's wearing an N95. That was our sidebar image last year. Yeah, so sad hack was the one that we sent in that trade. r/sad hack. It's great.
That's funny.
Cool. Do we have anything else? Anybody else have anything? I know, Homeless Guy, you've been watching. You haven't really said much either because I know you've been letting us talk. But you've been watching as a user. Aside from just your own trades, is there anything that you found really interesting about as a first-time user as well that you enjoyed about the game aside from all the money that we managed to donate in your honor?
I didn't realize all of like the little silly things in the trades were a thing. I thought those were hilarious. I saw one where like Jerry Rice had to sign over as an Oakland Raider legend or something like that, and San Francisco traded the Wharf. I think that was my favorite
2 Helix
one.
5U, as we mentioned previously, had compiled. Sorry, I forgot the word I was looking for. Compiled all of those silly toss-ins on trades in a sheet, and that is somewhere in the threads. If you ask Karamat, he'll be able to give it to you in an instant because he usually has it as like hotkeyed.
Yeah, he's one of the six new Orioles.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you made sure to trade for. And that was when I was like, oh man, I kind of would want to trade for him, but I knew you were not going to let him go. I wasn't even going to ask. Like he's on the list. I knew he was going to be on the list. I was like, not even worth inquiring. There's no way he's not on the list.
No.
I tried to get Fluffy Corgi Butts 86 from.
I wanted Corgi Butts so badly from before the game started.
I offered, I think, over 300,000 karma today.
By the way, I did also enjoy that I tried to get Arasef from you like a day or two ago, and you were like, I don't know if I'm going to move him in that trade. And then in a not too dissimilar trade a couple days later, you were like, all right, well, now I just got to move him.
On the subject of that, I'm really annoyed with, I think it was Houston. Yes, it was Houston. I asked them if their airport was available for sale, and they said no, absolutely not. Or no, I'm sorry, it was Dallas. No, absolutely not. And literally the very next trade submitted
for what Dallas it's worth, it's possible their airport wasn't absolutely not available because they had already.
It wasn't.
Wait, what?
The very next trade was submitted. Like
yeah, but they might have already been negotiating it. That happens. That happened to me like twice today, where I was like, okay, here's the user I want. They're like, oh, they're already in another trade. I'm like, well, they're not pending, so you just gotta like.
Their reason was not it's in another trade. Their reason was we can't afford to give it up.
Maybe they could afford it for somebody else.
You should have tried to trade for the Denver airport.
Ooh, with Lucifer? Yeah.
I don't have space for that many runways.
They had trouble.
Just build an island in the water. It's not that. It's fine.
I do already know what I want.
Just annex British Columbia. It's all right. You already like. That was one thing that didn't happen because I know the Blue Jays traded something that was owned by like Quebec, and I'm like, well, Quebec doesn't have a team, so I like, you know, Toronto kind of has jurisdiction over all of Canada, but I don't think Toronto tried to trade anything from Vancouver because that would have been like, well, that might belong to Seattle.
I really wanted to trade Vancouver for somebody, but nobody took it.
Cool. I think that is all the main stories that we have listed. Thanks to Karamat. Thank you. We didn't. Karamat, do you have a baseball card that we didn't show in the pre-show? Because you put that in the thing.
I did. There's just the one card, but I believe it's a 1993 Rockies Joe Girardi card that I found a couple of years ago, and it's just there.
Rockies. Why? What?
Well, I don't know why I have it. I don't know where I got it, but I do have it.
I have a signed minor league Marcell Ozuna card somewhere, although that has kind of lost all value to me for a couple of reasons. So that's
I can't imagine why.
Cool. I think does anybody else have anything from the day they want to bring up? Jack or Homeless Guy? No.
From the day, it bears mentioning the total desertion by all of our reporters.
we did see some of them show up in the Discord.
Yes, but did they respond to any pings? No.
I traded for Trout from the Angels, and no reporters commented on it. I even let them know an hour before the trade went live.
Yeah, I don't know. They were a little extra quiet today. They'd done pretty good all week. I don't know. Oh well, it happens, I guess. There were a couple people who I thought about adding as reporters during the week and just never got around to. But maybe next year. Or maybe if we get a different Reds GM, Butternades will acquiesce to being a reporter because I think he'll be great at it too. Or if you want to be a reporter next year, Helmless Guy, apply. We'd be happy to have you.
I'll see what I can do.
Cool. I guess let's do superlatives now as sort of our last docket item on the stream. We have 5 votes for the superlatives. Interestingly, NL and AL player of the day are mostly the same 2 people. There's 1 vote for AL player of the day for Hack, and the rest of the 9 votes are split between Psyonix Adam and the Homeless Guy 11. So, you want to go ahead and give a nice acceptance speech here, Homeless Guy?
I'm happy I could be the catalyst for all of this, and Psyonix Adam was amazing with all of his donations. So I am A-okay.
I think he donated probably as much or more than all of us combined.
Not quite, but
damn close. So so really appreciate Psyonix Adam. Once again, many years of support. I know he loves this game. It's very clear from the way he's participated since at least year 3, I think even year 2. He's always been a heavy participant in the game, and I think it's like I said, as soon as he saw that donations were happening, he's like, cool, let's do that too now. That's very very exciting. GM of the day, 2 votes for everyone who donated. 1 vote for Leap Year, 1 vote for Jack, 1 vote for Six Finger, the Dodgers GM. But otherwise, the votes are all to everyone who donated. I do, though, want to give a shout-out to Six Finger, the Dodgers GM, who, A, orchestrated that Psyonix Adam trade, and then, B, once he was in Club Zero, his entire goal was to get everybody else into Club Zero. He worked very hard. He was like, I just want to trade with everybody who has users left. And because I was trying to do that, too, and nobody was responding to me. And he was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And he got it done. I'm like, you know what? Cool. Good for you, man.
I also want... at the risk of giving something away, it's pretty minor. I'm not going to say it's personal identifying information, but I will give the Dodgers GM that plus some extra kudos because he works night shift. He should have been asleep during the time that he was trying to get everyone else in the game.
He loves this game.
Club
He's been participating in this game since year 1.
Yeah,
so he is a very he's a regular. He loves doing this game, and he was 100% look. He didn't say it specifically, but he actually might have also said it specifically, but it was very clear that he was like, I'm just moving Club Zero trades, period. And that's what he did, and he was successful at it. So I would also give him a mention here for GM of the day because I don't know that because the flash trades that we ended up doing were all donation trades, but I don't know that we would have managed to not do flash trades today if not for the Dodgers GM. We have trade of the day, 2 votes for the Psyonix Adam 18-person trade, which led to his $500 donation. Fair enough. That is what my vote will go to as well. We did talk at length about it. And commissioner of the day, 2 out of the 5 votes, but the only person with multiple votes is, whoa, it's a factorial. Sorry, go ahead, Karamat.
I will say I did change my vote to Dan. That makes a difference on the condition that he wore his Orioles hat on stream. Which he did.
Let me double check because I don't remember if. Oh no, that's responses again. RBBWAA ballot. Yeah. So the other vote was for Commissioner Dan, and you're voting for Tom Riddler. Those are two different entities.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So, Homeless, who is probably the only person who doesn't know the joke we're making here. The bot in Discord that posts every single trade confirmation is named
and
Commissioner
that joke
Dan.
is because the year that it got named Commissioner Dan was part of the Office of the Commissioner, but like 3 years in a row he just like booked other things this week. Actually, now 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Just booked other things this week. And so the joke was that Commissioner Dan is posting all the trades because actual Dan isn't around.
Yes.
There was also a joke where, because Dan was Commissioner Dan in the Slack chat before we moved to Discord, and somebody tried to trade for the user Commissioner Dan, even though that's not his name.
And then someone made the Red Sox GM at the time made the user Commissioner Dan, and then was like shit posting with it. And we were like, I want to be clear about this. Like, Commissioner Dan has no affiliation with the Office of the Commissioner.
It's tremendous. It was absolutely tremendous. But yeah, so the Commissioner of the Day is going to it's Factorial. Jeremy does put a lot of work. He actually did confirm the most trades this year. Especially if you exclude my flash trades that I made right at the end, where I was just confirming everything. He eclipsed me by, I think, officially 16, but actually probably more like 25. So he confirmed 139 this year. Probably I might have overtaken him if I didn't take that 4-hour nap that one day.
That 4-hour nap, I'm sorry, I'm fairly certain
it was not 10 plus hours. There was the one night that I slept. But I'm talking about like the day that I was like
Yeah, it was Wednesday. It was the day that I had the ability to
No. I'm talking about Tuesday. I'm talking about Tuesday where I woke up at 7 a.m., posted the thread, and then at like noon I was like, all right, Jeremy's around. I'm going to take a 2-hour nap or so. And then like 4 or 5 hours later I woke up and I was like, you know what? You guys were posting trades. I woke up, saw the trades were being posted, and I was like, they don't need me. But because I also said like you guys have my number. Feel free to call me if you need me. If you if everybody's got to step away, don't worry about it. My ringer's on. And then
I just loved Wednesday when everybody seemed to tag the Office of the Commissioner, and I was the only one.
On Wednesday, there was I went to bed the night before. My alarm went off at 5:45 Mountain Time to open the thread. I woke up. I was like, all right, let's go to sleep for 5 more minutes, and then woke up again at 6:30, and Jack had posted the thread, and I was like, cool. Looks like I'm not needed, and went back to sleep until like 2 p.m. So those two definitely helped Jeremy overtake. Well, not overtake. He was ahead of me the whole time, but I probably would have overtaken him if not for the multiple times that I was asleep. Did Alex get any votes for Commissioner of the Day? I don't think he got any votes for Commissioner of the Day all week. But Alex, we miss you. He was here one night on the stream in the chat.
The Seattle Submariners definitely miss.
Exactly. Also, Jeremy, it's a Factorial, who gave us our sponsor for all of our streams, Old Line Woodwork. Head to oldlinewoodwork.com. Or go to Old Line Woodwork on YouTube. Please give Old Line Woodwork subscriptions on YouTube. They're great videos.
I will tell you, I went to a little wine tasting at a friend's place late last evening and brought a charcuterie board on the Old Line Woodwork cutting board, and it was the hit of the party. So if you want to be awesome, I even showed up and I said, "This is the first charcuterie board I've ever made." And they said, "Wow, that really surprised me because it looks great." And I'll tell you why. It looked great because of the amazing woodwork that Old Line Woodwork did.
I will say, I'm also, I'm going to interject and say, I am very acutely aware of the fact that we are about 12 minutes from a hard out for.
Also for me, so we're about to dip out right now. I think we've completed superlatives of the day. We've completed all of the other things that we had on the schedule. I want to thank everybody who participated, whether they were GMs, reporters, our commissioners, all of the users who participated. I really, really want to thank everybody for it is you guys who make this game work. If it was just me and Joe and Dan, like it was that first year, running at the office of the commissioner, we wouldn't be able to do it.
It would just been you.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and we have like Jack has been picked up from being a GM. Jeremy's been picked up from being a GM. And Alex picked up from being the Players Association. The first 2 years we were just like, I'm gonna be the Players Association as a bit, and then we're like, hey, you want to join the game? So yes, we do want to thank every single person once again, everybody who makes this game run. All at least 1,119 of you, plus however many commissioners and reporters didn't sign up as users, just signed up as commissioners and reporters. So. It was kind of a lower turnout year than previous years are. I think partially because we took the year off last year, but we still managed to get over 1,000 users playing, and this is always a whole lot of fun. I'm also really thankful to the Our Baseball mods who give us the sticky every single day, every single year. Especially the ones who helped out as GMs this year, Return of the Hack, Jimothy Riggins, and Asio7, who all worked very hard to help us make this game run. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I don't know if I am, but the blanket everybody hopefully covers everybody.
Yeah. I would like to add, before we turn off the stream, about, let's say 35 to 40 of us have crazy great time as GMs, reporters, Office of the Commissioner, some of us being multiple of those. It is great fun as those 30 to 40 of us, but it would not be possible without the 1,100 plus of you that sign up as users, as players, that don't even necessarily sign up as that, but just participate in the threads. It's definitely a highlight of my year personally. It's a lot of work, and I need to take it off of work, but even then, it's so much fun, and I cannot thank you all enough for signing up.
Absolutely. Does anybody else have anything to add? No? All right, great. So once again, thank you every single one of you guys. We're going to hop off now. This is going to be the end of the stream, but we will see you again definitely for hockey trade deadline game. Probably for NBA trade deadline game. We have every intention to do the NBA trade deadline game this year. We'll see where we get with it, but we have every single intention to do it.
I'm not going to make any suggestion as to what might make us cancel.
Yeah, absolutely not. And we will definitely see you next year at the All-Star break for the Our Baseball Trade Deadline Game 2022 edition. So until then, fuck yourself.